Tell me if this sounds familiar. You get a new project and then you spend hours eyeballing and tweaking the designs and page layouts until they look perfect. Every project feels different and you have no idea how long the design part will take you. Not only is that super inefficient and hard to delegate, it's also costing you so much more than time and money. And that's where Web Designer Anthology comes in. It's a design methodology inside of a membership that gives you access to repeatable design systems that give you back your time. Think conversion-structured website templates, homepage and sales page formulas, strategic design assets, and an AI assistant trained to quickly turn your clients' content into conversion-centered designs. Web Designer Anthology is not a template shop. It's a membership that gives you access to design assets backed by strategy, made by an enterprise-level UX designer who knows that high-performing designers don't start from scratch or rely on creative inspiration. They rely on design systems. So instead of hoping for inspiration to come at the right time or reinventing your process on every project, Web Designer Anthology gives you access to systems-backed design assets that empower you to work faster, make more, and actually be able to scale. So just go to webdesigneranthology.com/podcast to learn more. And profitable web designer listeners get your first month free with code Shannon. That's webdesigneranthology.com/podcast and use code Shannon to get your first month free. Do you actually know what you should be doing on a daily basis to bring in consistent web design clients? Because if you're defaulting to spending all of your time on client work and hoping that happy clients will send you all your referrals, you're not alone, but there is a better way. And you need to hear my conversation with Julia Taylor from Geek Pack that went live on the Profitable Web Designer podcast just a couple of days ago. We talk about the revenue rhythm system that she built after asking a room full of super successful entrepreneurs that exact same question and realizing no one could answer it. So here is a clip from our interview, and definitely go listen to the full episode number 194, where Julia breaks down her revenue rhythm in detail and explains exactly what to do daily, weekly, and monthly to keep your client pipeline full so you can stop riding the feast and famine roller coaster. I think back to when I left my day job. I started my business in 2016. It was 2018 when I was finally leaving my day job. And at my day job, I had worked with this marketing agency here in Columbus, Ohio, that is like a multi-million-dollar marketing agency serving Fortune 50 companies. And I was at like a event with the owner of that agency, and he said to me, "I heard you're leaving to go start your own business. That's so exciting." He was like, "May I offer you a piece of advice?" And I was like, "Yes, please. Like, you work with some of the biggest companies in the Midwest. Like, your agency is huge." And he said, "I know that we do huge marketing campaigns for our clients. We do print, we do PR, we do like SEO, we do all of that stuff." He was like, "But how I got every single one of those clients was through a relationship." And he said, "Every single day, I connect with at least one person." That could be to introduce them to another person. That could be to say, "I saw this article and it made me think of you." That could be, "I'm attending this conference. Will you be there?" It does not have to be, "I'm open for work. Do you need a web designer?" And he said that action that I have taken every single day for the past however many years, he was like, that has resulted in this business. We don't do traffic marketing to build our own business. We do traffic marketing for our clients. We don't do it for ourselves. We're in a relationship business. And that stuck with me. And that's why you and I are sitting here having this conversation, because some point in the past 10 years, we have never met in person, but we've built a relationship.
Yep. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to always be asking for something. It can be giving and connecting and being real. And I think that's the thing people miss that makes them feel some type of way about doing outreach. And I'm air quoting for people who can't see me on the podcast. They think that it's sending cold DMs to strangers and reaching out to say, "Hey, your website doesn't look very good. Can I help you?" Like, it's not any of that. It's not any of that. So the way that you laid that out, where you're like, inconsistent revenue generation behavior leads to inconsistent results. But the other thing that I wanted to point out about what you said is you're not like, think about what you think might work and then go find a program to help you do that. You're like, no, look at the past and look at what did work, because you might be completely overlooking the things that worked and dismissing them as not professional.
I love it.
I hear web designers specifically, they think that their website needs to bring them clients. And if their website didn't bring them a client, that they're doing something wrong because they build that type of environment for other types of businesses. And so they spend an inordinate amount of time optimizing their website for inbound leads instead. And then thinking, well, if I got a client from a referral, it kind of doesn't really count because it should have just been a stranger that found me online and booked me through my website.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that is just decreasing. Because SEO is changing so much. And now you've got A, I, O, and G, all the different acronyms with AI. Yeah, sure. You can go, you can optimize and blah, blah, blah. But I'm so tired of hearing, I need my own website's got to be X, Y, and Z. No.
Yes, it does not.
It doesn't. Go and talk to people. Relationship building. And this is coming from an introvert, and I live out in the middle of nowhere and I love it. But when I look back on my journey as an entrepreneur, we said this, the biggest moves, the biggest pivots, the biggest wins, and the thing that is going to keep us afloat rather than so many other businesses that are closing down because things aren't as easy as they used to be, is building relationships and being with people in person and sharing and connecting and giving and adding value. And none of that requires a website. It requires you going outside your comfort zone. And I'm at this point now where you just got to do it. If you want it bad enough, then this is what you got to do. So if you continue to optimize, if you continue to tweak, that is not bringing in revenue. And that's why the very first thing that people need to do is go, okay, where's my revenue coming from? And what are the things that led to that? And some people might say, yeah, inbound, but it's rare. It's really rare.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.